Okay, hello everyone. All right, so we've seen the OR logical operator. So let's go ahead and create an example program so we can see it in action and get a better sense of what it's all about. All right, so let's create a program that is going to ask the user to enter their age, and then we're going to figure out if the person or the user is a teenager. And if there's that user is a teenager, then let's say they're allowed to the party. So assuming there's a party going on, and only teenagers are allowed to go to the party. So anyone who is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, anyone who is of that age can go to the party. So if your age is less than 13 or your age is greater than 19, then you can't go to the party, right? If any of those are true, then you can't go to the party. All right, so let's go ahead and start, and you get a better sense of it. Since we're going to be asking for user input, let's use one of Java's features for asking for user input. We can choose to use the scanner class, or we can choose to use the JOption pane class. In this video, let's use the scanner class. I got a comment by one user who mentioned that I should stick with the scanner class as it's what's mostly used by students. I tend to mix them up. Sometimes I use a scanner class, sometimes I use a JOption pane class. So I'll do that. I'll skip with that. But there are lots of videos I've used a scanner class. There are lots of videos I've used a JOption pane class. I'm not sure which one I've used more, but I try to mix it up a bit because you need a good understanding of both. You never know. Okay. So let's use a scanner class for this one, right? So to use a scanner class, I'm going to go ahead and import java.util.scanner. My typing gets worse every time. Well, in general. java.util.scanner. So we are importing the scanner class located in the java.util package located in the Java API. All right, with the scanner class, we have to go ahead and create a scanner object. So I'm going to create a scanner object here. I'm going to call it keyboard. Someone also mentioned that we should I should call this keyboard as it's. Well, actually, the person actually didn't say I should use this kind of class. I think what the person said, I think I messed it up. What the person said was that I should call this, the scanner object keyboard, as it's what's mostly used by students, or it's what's mostly taught to students. So yeah, that's what the person said. I remember now. It's okay. All right, so I'll call it keyboard. But I've been calling it keyboard. I started calling it keyboard from some videos back. So I guess I'll continue this way. It makes sense to call it keyboard, right? All right, so scanner keyboard, we need to, this is a class type variable, okay, that is going to hold the memory address of a scanner object. And now we need to go ahead and create that scanner object. So I'm going to create a new scanner object here in memory. We need to accept the input from the user. I'm going to use system.in to accept the user's input. But the user's input accepted with system.in is going to be in byte it's going to be in byte data. It's going to be byte info. And the reason why we are connecting that byte info to the scanner class is because the scanner class has methods that can convert that byte info to other types of data. For example, int, doubles, and so on and so forth. All right, so now that I have the scanner object, I'm going to ask the user to enter their age. So I'm going to do that with a system.out.println, and I'm going to say, please enter your age. All right, so that's going to be displayed to the user. Now I'm going to use the scanner object keyboard, and I'm going to call the method .nextInt. Next int because we are talking about the ages here, right? Age 5 or age 10 or we're talking about integers here. Now this keyboard.nextInt is going to pop up some kind of text box, and it's going to allow the user to type in something, and whatever the user types is going to be returned back to us. It's first of all it's going to be converted to an int, and it's going to be returned back or sent back to us as an int, right? So when it's sending it back to us, when it's returning it to us, we need a place to store it. So I'm going to come up here and declare an int variable. I'm going to call it user age. And user age is going to store that int value, which is being returned from keyboard.nextInt. So now we have the user's age. So now let's create an if statement to test to test on the user's age, and use the OR logical operator to kind of create our Boolean expression. So I'm going to create the structure. It's actually going to be an if-else structure. So if, what am I doing? All right, hold on. I think I messed up I forgot the semicolon here. That's why this is not indented properly. Dr. Java does that. So semicolon, always remember to terminate your lines of code. All right, except if it's an if else structure, if it's the if header here. If it's I did a video about this in a while, a while ago. So you don't terminate it here. Anyway, I'm sure you know this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create an if else structure, and then say that. So if the user age, okay, is, first of all, well, we are dealing with teenagers here. Your age, you have to be a teenager. You have to be of age 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You have to be, of anywhere in that range of age to be able to enter the party or go to the party, because the party is only for teenagers. So I'm going to say first of all, if your age is less than 13, right? If your age is less than 13, then that means you're 12 or below. Or, now we know the or, for the OR logical operator, we have to use the two pipes. I call them pipes. It's on your keyboard somewhere. It's basically it's basically on your key with a backslash, mostly, but I think it would differ. All right, so the two pipes. So if the user age is less than 13, or the user age is greater than 19, right? Then you can't enter the party. You can't go to the party. So we're going to say system.out.println this party, oops, my piping. This party is only for teenagers. All right. Else meaning that you are not, your age is not less than 13, at the same time it's not greater than 19, which means you're a teenager, right? So else system.out.println welcome to our party, teenager, something like that. All right, so let's go through this. I'm going to compile it to see if there are no errors, first of all, and let's go through the code of how this will work. All right, so with the OR logical operator, I'm saying again because I mentioned this in the previous video. With the OR logical operator, when you merge up expressions with the OR logical operator, if one of the expressions is true, the entire expression is true, right? So if this is true and this is false, the entire expression results to true. If this is false and this is true, if this is false and this is true, the entire expression still stays or results to true. If both of them are true, the entire expression is true. The only time that this expression becomes false is when both of them are false. Okay, if there's any one true expression in there, the entire expression becomes true. The only time this expression becomes false is when both expressions are false. I hope I said that right. All right, so if your age is less than 13, that means you're 12, 11, 10, okay, basically 12, age 12 and below. In that case, you can't go to the party. It's only for teenagers. Or if your age is greater than 19, that means you're 20, 21, okay, you're not a teenager anymore, so you can't go to the party. Your age can't be less than 13, and at the same time, greater than 19. Okay, both of these statements can be true at the same time, right? Because look at these expressions. Your age can be below 13, and at the same time can be more than 19. But then if your age is not less than 13, and if it's not greater than 19, then that means that your age falls with in that teenager range. Your age is 13 all the way to 19, and so in that case you can go to the party. All right, so if any of these statements or these expressions are true, then this entire Boolean expression will result to true. In that case, it would say, sorry, this party is only for teenagers. Teenagers with an R. All right. But if both of them are false, right, if your age is So if your age is not less than 13 and it's not greater than 19, that means you're a teenager. So in that case, it says, "Welcome to our party." This is in the case where your age is less than 13 or greater than 19. Okay, so I hope you get this. Let's go ahead and run this program. Current document is out of sync. I think I changed something. So let me go ahead and compile this first of all and run it. I think I'm talking a bit fast. I do that all the time. All right, I'll try and slow down. Run this program and please enter your age. I'm going to enter first of all, I'm of age 6, and then hit enter and say, sorry, this party is only for teenagers. That's because it tested this and said, okay, is 6 less than 13? That's true, right? 6 is less than 13. And remember with the or logical operator, if one of the expressions is true, the entire expression becomes true. And we know how if statement work. If what's in this parentheses over here, if the entire Boolean expression becomes true or results true, then what's in the if block, if curly braces, runs. And that's why it's saying, sorry, this party is only for teenagers. Else, if this doesn't result to true, then what's in the else block is going to run, and it's going to say, welcome to our party, teenager. Oh boy, I keep on making mistakes with these spellings. All right, let's try an example. I'm going to enter, let's say 67. Well, that's a bad example. Let's try something like 24, right? Compile this and then run. Oops, what did I do? I entered the age and then hit run. Never mind that. 24 and then hit enter, not run. And it says, sorry, this party is only for teenagers, because it checked to see over here, is your age is 24 less than 13? No, it's not less than 13. It's going to check this too. Is 24 greater than 19? Yes. The way the or logical operator works is if any of these expressions is true, in this case this is true, then the entire expression becomes true. And if that entire expression is true, then this statement runs, right? And if it's not true, then this statement runs. Let's try one more example with a valid age. I'm going to enter a teenage. I'm going to say 16 and hit enter. And it says, welcome to our party. All right, now, so I know I was talking a bit fast with this program, but I hope you get the idea of, how the or logical operator works. Okay, so the or logical operator, it merges expressions together, right? If any of the expressions is true, the entire expression becomes true. If both of them are true, the entire expression becomes true. The only time the expression becomes false or results to false is when both of them are false. Okay? All right, I hope I said that right. All right, so if you have any questions, please comment down below and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then, bye-bye.